Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So I don't think I've actually done a Game of Thrones review. I didn't go back and look, but I don't think I've actually done one. I was going to go ahead and do one for season 7, which was only 7 episodes, which is lame because I actually prefer the 10, but I understand why they did it, and we're going to get into that in just a second. What I will say about the previous seasons is that I own them on Blu-ray. Some of them collector's editions. Okay, one collector's edition. But still, you get the point. I enjoy them. They're good. They're good. They're really good. Okay, so let's get into season 7. And like I said just a second ago, it had a lower episode count. It was only 7 episodes. They actually, the creators of this show, not the books, but the show itself, it came out and said, oh, we're only going to have like 13 episodes to tell the entire thing, and they split that up among 2 seasons. So automatically, and I get why they said they would do that. I also get it because of budget reasons. With the shorter seasons, they're able to accumulate that budget that they would have set aside for the last 3 episodes and pull it together so that you see more things happen in these earlier episodes, and they don't have to kind of dance around it like they do in some of the previous seasons. Also, I'm going to say this is going to be spoiler filled. I'm just going to say it because it's kind of hard not to be spoiler filled. So hopefully you've seen this season. So if you haven't, go watch it. Come on, go watch it right now and then come back and, be part of this conversation with me. All right. So that out of the way, 7 episode season. We know why, due to the budget, and they think that the story can be wrapped up. Does the season feel rushed? The answer is yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm okay with them kind of warping around Westeros, which is what happened, because it's normally something that would take like 3 or 4 episodes for them to get from point A to point B, ends up taking like 10 minutes. So it's a bit of a stretch. It's not something we're used to, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. There were a few things that I wasn't okay with, though, that they kind of had to speed up, and I understand again why, but it didn't work as well for me. So traveling, okay with, right? But the relationship between Daenerys and Jon, I didn't buy how much it had developed over the course of 7 episodes. Cause it wasn't even a full 7 episodes that they were, on screen, getting to know each other and everything. Like, we just have to buy that it's a thing. I don't think it was written well enough to prove to me that it was a thing. But yet, here it is, and they went all shebang in episode 7. So it's definitely a thing, I feel like. There's no beating around the bush, as it were. I gotta stop that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop. It was a family affair. I'm done. Stop me, please. Anyway, yeah, I do not like this relationship. I don't buy how well it worked, and I didn't want the damn thing. But it surprises me how many people out there were like, no, you hit that. You go for it. Like, we know the truth. You guys don't know the truth, but we know the truth, and we're okay with incest. All hail incest. Where's our banners? Come on, let's put them up now. And then our relatives are just kind of looking at us like, you know what? Why don't you not come to the next family reunion? Just go ahead and stay put. Except, of course, the rednecks down in the very south, because they're okay with it. I'm kidding. They're not okay with it, mostly. Some of them. Anyway, back on point. So I didn't buy the relationship. I didn't buy the buildup of it. It felt really rushed, and there wasn't as much dedicated to it as I thought there should have been. And then, of course, it actually happened, and everyone knew it was going to happen, and I knew it was going to happen. I didn't want it to happen, and it did. So that was disappointing. There was a few deaths, actually, this season. Well, a lot of deaths if you count the first episode where Arya gets her revenge for the Red Wedding, and that was fantastic. I loved that. I thought that was really cool how that happened, and that was probably the biggest one for me, just because of how it went down and everything, and the execution of it was awesome. Yeah, wordplay. So that was really cool, and then you had a few other deaths too. You had Littlefinger dying, and let's get to that storyline because, you know, from part of the season they kind of had this Littlefinger manipulating Sansa and Arya batting, kind of butting heads, and it looked like things like shit was going to hit the fan, and then it was twisted, and some people are like, yeah, that was awesome, that's justified, we were so cool with that, die Littlefinger, and other people think it's not warranted. Like I said with the Daenerys and Jon storyline, it wasn't earned. And while I will say I do get that, they were kind of in a no-win situation here because either they revealed to us that these two were actually getting along and that there was going to be a turn. But it's not a shocking turn, so it doesn't really connect with us emotionally like that. Or they weren't going to let us in on this is what's going on, and the moment happens and it's shocking and everything, but then we have to question how it came to be. So they were in a kind of a no-win situation here, in my opinion. But I will say is they did make a point of saying that these two didn't trust him early on, that he was not to be trusted. So that's just kind of what I have to pull at when it comes to this. And yeah, maybe they knew that he was constantly keeping an eye on him, and that's how they were able to trick him and everything. But his death was awesome. I mean, he died like Catelyn Stark. He died, then Arya so quick with her blade. Like, jeez Louise. And yes, he went out begging, but that's kind of what his character was, kind of a worm-ish character, always scheming from the background, but never really able to take up for himself in the end. So I was perfectly okay with that. And then, of course, you have Cersei, and I feel like the Cersei Jaime moment. I wish Jaime had been killed. I know that's blasphemy. So many people like Jaime's character, and I actually like Jaime's character too. But his character arc had fully resolved at this point because he's standing up to Cersei finally, because he's going against Cersei and picking a side, as it were. And you had the music slowly starting to build, and people for a second were like, "Oh my God, Jaime's gonna die," and that would have been so wonderful to me. That would have been an amazing payoff if Jaime had died there, because it was unexpected. And instead, we kind of get everyone living who we thought was going to live. I mean, the only one that died in the Magnificent Seven, up when they were trying to catch a White Walker, was, I don't remember his name, the priest. So the priest died, and it was like, okay, but no one really died that would connect us. I mean, Viserys died as a dragon, and that was really cool, but a lot of people expected that. And again, having the White Walkers finally break the damn wall and make it through for like the last 6 episodes, when you have Cersei betraying Jon and Daenerys, and now you have the White Walkers coming, and you have all these characters that are still alive, and we don't know what the hell's going to happen to them. It's like, that's a lot to resolve in 6 episodes, so I kind of wish they would have had that Jaime death there. I thought that would have been important, especially because Jaime was challenging her by saying that she wouldn't do it, just like she had already been told she wouldn't do it by Tyrion. So all that I just felt would have worked better. But there's a lot of cool conversations in this season. There's a lot of good fights. There are some good moments. There's definitely a lot of good action scenes, battle scenes, and I think we get that again because of the budget and the way it was, because we got to see a lot of dragons. And we had old lady Tyrell die, and that was kind of sad because she was such a likable character for me. She was always so kind of sarcastic and her kind of jabs at people. It was awesome, her attitude. And then we had Dickon die and his douchebag dad. But Dickon was kind of cool for the brief amount of time we got to see him. But we did get a lot of cool character interactions, and we got to see a dragon breathing like ice, fire, or blue ice, or blue ice, or I don't know, whatever it was he was breathing at the end. So all this is kind of building up to our final season, which we may have to wait till 2019 to see. I don't know. We gotta wait on that, which is terrible, horrible, awful, and it's only 6 episodes, and that really bugs me. But anyway, in any case, what did you guys think of this season? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Hopefully you didn't hate it. I don't know why anyone would hate it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. There were just a few things that I didn't particularly care for. I should mention there's also there's other deaths, sand snakes, and yada, yada, yada. But that being said, overall, I did enjoy this season. I'm looking forward to watching the final season. Hopefully they do it justice and it ends on a high note, because this is by and far one of my favorite TV series. Live action wise, this is probably my favorite series. I can't think of another one off the top of my head that's better. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed listening to this. Go and let me know that stuff in the comments below, and click that like button, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other vids. I do appreciate it. And until next time, peace.